Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name's Lisa. Today we are going to do my just past mid, update on what I've read so far. For Reindeer readathon, I will link my original video down below of what Reindeer readathon is. I will also link Eric from Break Even Books, who was the creator with his partner of Reindeer readathon, and I will link anyone I mention in this video, other booktubers. I will link them all down below. So what I'm going to do is tell you what I've read so far, what I thought of what I've read so far, what I'm going to be reading, or what I'm still in the middle of reading, and I'm going to ask you to pick my next 2 books that I want to read by the end of the month. So before I ramble on too much, I'm going to crack on and just come at you with the first 2 books. Now, this duology is by Lee Bardugo. It's Six of Crows, A Crooked Kingdom. If you don't know about this yet, then you're probably like me and you're in a world of your own, living your life unknowing of a piece of art that was just going to turn your life around. So, anyway, that sounds a bit dramatic, but these 2 books are great. I read the first book physically and then I listened to the second book on audiobook, and it made the experience just that little bit better. So these 2 prompts, Six of Crows was the prompt I chose for something for like designs underneath the dust jacket or on the chapters, and that's got like pictures above each chapter or behind each chapter, and it's got like a great like inside tipping page and stuff, and it's so cute. And then the Crooked Kingdoms was a companion novel, which was my dancer prompt, and these 2 books are 5-star, not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna pretend like I don't even know what I've rated them. Like everything was top tier. Like if you like a book that is fantasy based, um that is fantasy based, that is fantasy, that is sort of like based, like they've got dregs and magic and like sailing and battles and just turmoil and happiness but pain. If you like all that kind of stuff and you like world building and character building, then these books are going to be the books for you, because I absolutely adored them. I got through them both in a couple of days because I just could not put them down. It follows Kazbreaker, who is assigned an impossible heist. He has to get people together to do something for a councilman, and it follows them in the process of doing the heist and the fallout afterwards, and also follows the story of the characters and how they like mesh with each other. Can they complete the heist before killing each other? And it's all feels, all feels. Um, there's Kaz, there's Inej, who's a wraith, and she's like sneaky. She's like a little spy. Kaz is a thief and a really good one at that. Matthias is a Theoden that was in prison. Nina is a heartrender who is just sassy AF. Jesper is a gambling addict, but he's really good at shooting. And Wylan is a runaway. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a runaway. Who is very good at explosives. So that is the crew of 6, and each chapter like alternates between following different characters. So it's still told in the third person, but when it well, no, it's not in the third person. Well, yeah, it's told in the third person, but for each chapter, like if the chapter's about Kaz, it's Kaz's narrator that is telling his chapter, if that makes sense. And that for me was just great. I've never listened to a book that does that before. Normally there's just, even if the chapters. Like with City of Brass, for instance, the next one I read, it's the same narrator the whole way through, but she just um like it's just different chapters that are from different people's perspectives and things, but it's the same narrator the whole way through, and I think that takes away from it a little bit. But with Six of Crows, it's just honestly great. Kaz is your typical, I say typical, like manly man, like I don't show my feelings, stay away from me, but I'll look after you, and I'll care about you. I won't tell you I care about you. And his whole vibe is just, it reminds me a bit of me, to be fair. But I'm not that harsh, I don't think. But yeah, he is still such a lovable character because you want or you hope like that he will come around and like let the walls drop. You realize throughout the story why he's the way he is. They've all got backstories, and you like over the course of the 2 books you find out all the backstories, why they are the way they are, like, and as well as the friendships that build throughout the whole thing, and it's just like heartwarming but painful. I cried, I laughed out loud. It was the first time I've laughed out loud at a book. Um, he just gave me all the feels, which is why it's just a 5 star through and through. I cannot rate this highly enough. And if Lee Bardugo's writing style is the same in her other books, and I will probably love her other books as well, and I can't wait to dive in and read some more of her stuff because chef's kiss. And then the next one, again, sorry if I haven't told you, I'm filming on my phone, so I can't edit this. I'm just gonna upload it straight to YouTube, which is why there's no cuts and why I might ramble, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a mess. But I want to upload videos, and my computer's broke, and I'm having to send it back to Acer because I only have it 2 months, and it won't reboot from the hard drive because it's crap, and it just decided that it wasn't gonna work. So yeah, that's that. So I do apologise if this is a bit scatty and messy. I don't know where to look because I'm just weird. Anyway, book 3 of the month was reading a book in a genre that I love. This is fantasy. I love fantasy. If I could, any type of fantasy really. Give it me all. Give it me all. Give me all of it. This one was a bit more of a slow burner. That one I got into straight away, like those two. Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, I got into straight away. Loved it, start to finish. Mwah. This one was a bit of a slow burner for me. I don't know what it was about the writing style in the beginning, or I don't know. I don't know if it was just really info dumpy, or like I don't even know if it wasn't even really info dumpy. I don't know why I couldn't get to grips with this at first, but I was on live with, I wasn't on there live, I was like talking to Molly from Mind and Molly and Jade from Jade Ray Reads, and Steph from Steph Loves on their live, and I was considering DNFing this because I just wasn't getting to grips with it, and I knew that I had a lot of books to read, and I was gonna like potentially temporarily DNF it, try and finish some more books, and then come back to it. But normally when I DNF a book, I don't go back to it. So that was a worry for me, and I really wanted to love this book so much. But Jade was like adamant, she's like, do not DNF. Like, please just persist. Skim read some of the more like discussion about the history and stuff if you need to, until you get to the meaty stuff. The meaty stuff is like 6 chapters in probably. I want to say 6 chapters, a few chapters in anyway. And oh my god, am I glad that I kept going with this. It's not going to be a 5 star, but simply because at first I just couldn't get it, and that's what brought it down for me. It just took a while to get into, and if I'm honest, the amount of people that you meet in this book, and it's like, well, there's a guy called Ali, but then someone calls him Alizade, and then someone calls someone by one name, but then also calls him by a different name, and or like they'll full name a person after like giving him a, like using like part of their name, and that just confused the frick out of me. So that also brought it down a bit. Is just because I had to keep thinking to myself like, oh, that was that guy from then, and it just wasn't easily flowing. But I think that's um, just because of the names. I just found it hard to keep up with the names. But I'm really glad I did, because I haven't put it through Caraval yet, but I think this is still gonna get a 4-star. Caraval I found through January Reads and Becca the Books, and it is something, a rating system that was produced by G from Book Roast, and I can tell you it's helped me rate my books so much better because it breaks it down for you. I will leave G's video down below that explains. When I get back on my computer, I will leave all the links down below, for everything I mentioned, so they'll explain it a bit better than me. But yeah, this is probably gonna get a 4-star. I did really enjoy it. It follows Nari, who is a thief, who thinks she's just a human, finds out she's more than human. When she always feels like she feels when people are injured or ill, but she sort of like brushes it aside. She doesn't like thinking about it, and then she finds out what she really is, and she accidentally summons a warrior deva called Dara, who is somebody initially I wanted to punch through a wall, but by the end of the book, I was kind of just like, I really like him, but do I? Don't I? I'm confused. What is life? I don't know. Um, it was a roller coaster of emotions. I I did like the book, but I felt like pain at times when I was just like, I didn't want it to go the way that it went, and I just. But I'm glad that she's done that, if that makes sense. It hurt, but I'm glad she did that, because if it was kind of like, oh my god, happily ever after, it's not a fairy tale, it's fantasy, and I do like, in a way, when there are happy endings, but then again, it is only Facebook, so I don't know how it all ends, but um, yeah, I'm kind of glad that the twist took a turn that it did, um, but it still kind of hurt that it did, so yeah, maybe I like feeling pain, seems to be a theme recently, so yes, that one is great. So those are the 3 that I've finished. I'm currently a few chapters in to Raw. This follows. This is my prompt for a word with a book with a 1-word title. And it follows Aurora, who is set to be the next queen of the Stormwings, and most Stormwings wield the magic of the storms, and she's starting to find out that she doesn't seem to be wielding this magic. She doesn't. It's becoming more apparent that she just doesn't have this magic in her, and it's worrying her. And she's wondering what's going to happen. And then she comes across a guy that can sell this magic on the black market, and she's wondering whether or not she should go down the route of getting magic in the not so legit way. And it sounds like a really good book, but recently I'm in a bit of a reading slump, but I think it's more so to do with external factors and the fact that of the book. I think the book first couple chapters have been quite alright, but for some reason I'm just in this slump. Like today, I was wide awake at 3 a.m, haven't eaten all day, haven't drank all day, and I'm really tired and just feel really emotional. So that's been the theme for a good few days, and it's just taken my mind away from reading. So I don't know. Maybe I just need another hot chocolate and just a long bubble bath, and I'll be fine. But I do want to get through this. Today is Friday the 18th. I want to get through this weekend. It's only 352 pages. So once I get through this, I would like you guys to pick my next book. So I have 5 more books left to read. In the readathon. I don't think I'm going to get all 5 read. I'm going to be honest. There's like less than 2 weeks left of December, and I'm gutted that I'm not going to finish as strong as I wanted to, but I'm going to try and get another 2 books read. Whether that's through reading them physically or reading them along with an audiobook or whatever. I want to get through another 2 books, which I would like you to pick. So I'm going to quickly run through these other books. Let me just check the time. Right, okay, that's fine. I'm going to quickly run through these other books and what the prompts are, and then yeah, because if I get through all 5, which I doubt I will, then I can also get extra points for reading a 500-page book, which was The City of Brass. So we'll try. Anyway, first up we have Flame in the Mist. This follows Mariko, who is a bit of a rebel, I want to say. She has been set up with a prince from another kingdom, and she doesn't want to be betrothed to this guy. She wants to do her own thing, be her own person. Doesn't really fit in with what her family want from her. She gives me Mulan vibes through and through. On her way to meet her betrothed, her carriage is attacked by the Black Clan, and it's the story of her trying to survive, and also like finding herself, and will she get through it? We don't know. I've already started reading this in October, or no, November, so to say. I've got a couple of chapters in. Struggling with this one again. It's a very slow burner, and I don't think I'm a fan of the writing style. I don't know. It's just a bit yeah. But I do want to read it because I love the premise and girl power and all that. So yes, there's that one. Next one is The Lie Tree. This was my intimidating book. It is not what I'm used to. I have read some mysteries in the past, but this is like a thriller mystery. It's like when Faith's father is found dead under mysterious circumstances, she's determined to untangle the truth from the lies. Searching through his belongings, she discovers a strange tree, a tree that feeds off whispers of lies and bears fruit that reveals hidden secrets. But as faith, untruth, spiral out of control, she discovers that where lies seduce, truth shatters. So this is not a fantasy. This is a mysterious thriller type book, and it intimidates me because I'm not used to this genre. But the whole synopsis premise really intrigues me, so I'm in 2 minds. I'm fighting with myself. It's like a 400-page book, and I did try and read this. I started reading this like 3 times, and I couldn't get past the first couple of chapters. I don't know if it's because at the time I was distracted or what, but for some reason I couldn't get into it, which is another reason why it intimidates me, because I feel like I'm totally sick when I read this, and I don't know why. But I want to read it because it sounds really interesting. Dilemma, please help. Should I read this next or now? I want you to pick 2, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Next up, we have Song of Race and Ruins, and I've just realised I'm talking really fast. I do apologise. I'll try and slow down, but then I also don't want my video to be too long. Oh God, what is life? A Song of Race and Ruins by Roseanne Brown. This follows what does this follow? Follows Malik, who wants. Let's have a look. Okay, so this was the one where there was a war, or a battle, like physical war or internal war, and this follows Malik. I can't speak. Solstice Festival is a chance to escape his war-stricken home and start a new life with his sister in the prosperous desert city of Ziran. But when a vengeful city abducts Malik's younger sister Nadia, as payment to enter the city, Malik strikes a fatal deal, kill Karina, crown princess of Ziran, in exchange for Nadia's freedom. So there we go. That's just the first bit of it. Just reading that bit really intrigues me. The second book is out next year, and it's early next year, so I really do want to read this. So if I don't read it this month, I will try and get around to this in January. But I think early next year. This is the second book of this is out, and I am excited. So excited, as Steph would say. And the other one is Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. I don't know much about this book, but I saw Eric from Reindeer readathon. Eric from Break Even Books talk about this book, and it sounded interesting. So It's another little chunk. It's another 400-page book, I think, and yeah, it's fantasy. So right on my street. But this was the prompt to choose a book with a fox on it, whether writing or animal, and there we go. And then dropping everything on the goddamn floor. Ignore me. The last one is Caraval. This, I can't remember what this prompt was. Oh, a book with a map in it. A book with a map in it. Was it? 'Twas. A book with a map in it. And this is another fantasy, and I just picked this because it had a map in it. It was the only one that had a map in it. I got this from Fairy Loot ages ago. I never read it. And I've heard good and bad things about this. So, again, another, I think it's like 400 pages. Yeah. So, there's this one. I'll read a bit for you. It says, Scarlet and Teller have never left the tiny island of Trisda, pining from afar for the wonder of the Caraval. Once a year, week-long performance where the audience participates in the show. Caraval is magic, mystery, adventure. When the sisters' long-awaited invitations finally arrive, it seems their dreams have come true, but no sooner have they arrived that Teller vanishes. Kidnapped by the show's mastermind organizer Legend, Scarlet has been told that everything that happens during Caraval is an elaborate performance, but she quickly becomes entangled in the dangerous game of love, magic and heartbreak, and real or not, she must find Teller before the game is over and her sister disappears forever. Great, love it. Magic, adventure, mystery, love it. I'm hoping it lives up to the hype, but never mind if it doesn't. I just hope it does. Anyway, so those are the options. So you've got Caraval, Songs of Wraith and Ruin, The Lie Tree, and Flame in the Mist. And you've got an option of Shadow of the Fox that's on the floor. So I would like you to pick 2 to read, and I will try and get at least 2 more done and read, as well as raw, over the next couple of weeks until the end of the year. So that is the plan. And then what I'm going to try and do is, in between all that, I've decided that I want to do a TBR game. So I'm thinking I want to do Bookopoly that was created by Becca, the books, Becca's Bookopoly, and I'm just going to rip her off. I'll give her credit because it is her idea. But yes, I want to do a TBR game. Hopefully in January, if not in February. Depends if I have time to make the board. But yeah, any books that I don't read this month, I am probably going to transfer over to January anyway. But I would like to know which you think I should read next, because I'm stuck. So that's it from me. So I'm going to get back and make myself hot chocolate, try and get some reading done. And that's me done for this. I'm going to try and upload this as the mess that it is, unedited and unfiltered, because I can't edit because my computer broke and my life is short. If you like watching the ramblings of a 33-year-old northerner who makes no sense and just is weird, then please like and subscribe for more content. I'm going to try and do some more makeup videos in the new year. Hopefully when my computer gets fixed, because those videos could not be done and edited. And I need to use the makeup that's lying around before it expires. Lovely. So yeah, that's it from me. Until next time, be kind, be happy, stay true to you. And I will see you all very soon. Bye. Mwah.